Here. I want to take you now to Latasha Givens. Latasha has been checking in with Georgia Power as well as emergency management. Latasha, you're getting some good advice on what people can do to prepare for these storms tonight.
That's right, Chris. Officials tell us the biggest threat they are anticipating right now are fallen trees and down power lines. We talked to GEMA, the state's emergency management agency, as well as Georgia Power, and they told us they have crews on standby ready to respond to any potential damage. Now, here's what Georgia Power says you can do to make sure you are safe before, during, and after the storm. As looming storm clouds reposition in the sky, arborists with Save a Tree are gearing up to cut down as many vulnerable trees as possible before severe weather moves in.
What we would be looking for is decay, any sort of rotting or fungal issues, as well as dead wood and trees that are surrounding the homes or any other personal property.
With the large tree canopy across much of the metro, officials say falling trees is one of the biggest threats during a severe storm.
Or on this one, what do you think?
Anthony Ursachi, an arborist with Save a Tree, says there may not be enough time to call a professional before nightfall, but there is something homeowners can do.
For a regular homeowner, you can look up into the canopies of your trees, look for any dead wood. If you see any sort of decaying bark tissue, also called a canker, that would also be an indicator that there's a weakness at that point where the tree would definitely need to be removed.
Ursachi says if you do find vulnerable trees around your property, you may want to consider staying the night somewhere else out of an abundance of caution. And here are 3 things Georgia Power says you can do during severe weather. Before the storm arrives, make sure you have an emergency kit and family safety plan ready. Unplug major appliances and have cell phones or other communication devices charged. During the storm, they say stay inside, away from windows and doors. Be sure to avoid contact with conductors of electricity like appliances, metal objects, and water. After the storm, if you do have down power lines, make sure you don't touch them or any low-hanging wires, and do not attempt to pull fallen tree limbs off of any wire. And you can stay on top of power outages using the Georgia Power outage map and also their app. Chris, I'm sending it back to you here from Austell.
All right, Latasha, that's some good advice, ways that we can prepare for these storms as they roll in later tonight. We'll have more on the timing and those potential impacts coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, we'll see you in just a bit. And don't forget, you can stay weather aware all the time by downloading the 11 Alive News app. Just scan that QR code right here on your screen. You can download it for free. Then you can set up alerts for your area and track rain throughout the evening.